What is going on, everybody? Tristan Talking Sports back here with another video, and today we're going to be talking about how the Washington Nationals are an absolute embarrassment in the MLB right now, man. It's just flat out embarrassing. I'm embarrassed to be a fan. But before we even talk about this, before we even get into these details, make sure you guys go down, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, man. We're at 20 subscribers now, which we're making progress for sure. What was it? 2 days ago, I made a video about Antonio Gibson really wanting to play the Cowboys. Talked about how the Cowboys were talking trash. It only got like a couple views. But then there's a video where I was ranting. It's like weird. My videos are inconsistent, like with views. And then I made a rant about when we traded Juan Soto and it got 25 views. I don't really know how it was that big of a drop, but I don't know, man. We just gotta keep going. But we're under subscribers. We got 20 now. When we started back up, we had like 17. We gained 3. We just gotta keep grinding. We gotta keep going. But let's just talk about this Nats team, man. And this we just got swept in a 4-game series by the Philadelphia Phillies, man. We are now 36-74, which is just flat out embarrassing. We have the worst record in the MLB by far. I don't even know a team that's like close to us and like that's like close to how bad we are. I don't even know. I mean, I know the Cubs are bad, but I don't think they're nearly as bad as us. I don't know, but I think the Cubs are better than us by like 10 games. But anyways, we lost in a 4-game series. We got swept in a 4-game series by the Phillies. Today we lost 13-1. 13-1. That is flat out embarrassing. I think the night before we were losing like 8-0, bro. Like, this team is just flat out embarrassing. Patrick Corbin is 4-16 right now. No, I'm gonna start ranting, bro, because I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off how this team used to be. They used to be damn good, bro. They used to be fucking good. All right. Bro, this is tough as shit because, bro, I've never experienced this. I've never experienced the Nationals being this bad. There's been years where like we missed the playoffs, but at least when we missed the playoffs, we've never had like this bad of a year. Like even the years that we missed the playoffs, like the few years we missed the playoffs, in like our 15-year tenure, or 18 years, like when we missed the playoffs, we weren't like that bad. We were probably like just a few games under 500. We probably like just barely missed the playoff. We weren't almost 40 games under 500. I mean, it's ridiculous because this team has been pretty good since I was born, right? I went to my first Nationals game when I was 5 years old. Watched them play the Mets on opening day. I believe they lost. That was like 8 years ago. But they've been pretty good. I mean, they've made it to the playoffs mostly every year these past like 8 years. Now, they did lose in the first round. They did choke in the first round. Us Nets fans had to go through that. Then this team finally did bring a championship back to DC. But then it's like we're casual. It's like we're the Nationals all over again. We're the casual Nationals all over again. It's like we're terrible all over again. You know what I'm saying? Us fans are gonna have to go through another with us losing in the first round of the playoffs. I think we had to deal with that for like 5 years straight. Like there was 5 years in a row or something, or like the last 5 times we made the playoffs, we lost in the first round. And we finally broke that streak by winning the World Series, but by beating the Dodgers in the NLDS, that's when we broke the streak. So us fans had to deal with that. All right, then we got a World Series. They brought a title back to DC, and then after that, we've now been this fan base has had to go through it all over again, but even worse. Not even getting to the play. Like think about choking in the first round. You think that's bad? We thought that was bad. We complained about that. How about 38 games under 500? How about 38 games under 500? Let me get on Patrick Corbin real quick, because I'm pissed off at his ass. All right, this dude was great in 2019 when we picked him up. All right, he was great, right? He had a good playoffs. Actually, not. I'm not gonna say he was pretty. He was our third start. But the Dodgers game that I went to, bro. I think it was game. It was tied. It was game three. Game three of the NLDS at home. And that stadium was absolutely rocking. The Nats were up 2-1 in the sixth inning. And I believe Patrick Corbin gave up like 8 runs in that inning, and we ended up losing like 13-4. We were winning. We were like 11 outs away from winning that game. And it turned from being 11 outs away from winning the game to getting like almost slaughtered. It was crazy, man. It was wild. Patrick Corbin, bro, ever since we paid him, he's been awful. And it's just so frustrating. How you pay a player, give him his big money after we win the World Series. You know, he has a good postseason. Really, outside of the Game 3 NLDS, he has a good playoff. We give him his money. He had a great regular season. And he just blows it up. He's terrible now. Awful. Gave Steven Strasburg a huge contract. Now, I'm not going to hate on Steven Strasburg as much as I'm going to. I mean, it's not really Steven Strasburg's fault. He got injured. He's never been the same again. He's never been the same since. There's a lot of players like that. And plus, Steven Strasburg has been on this team for he's given this team great production for the past 10 years. He's done everything for this fan base the last 10 years. You know, he was nasty in the World Series. He was nasty the whole playoff run. You know, and it just happened. We paid him, and he got hurt. He had to get Tommy John surgery, and he's just struggling to stay in the field. I don't have a problem with Steven Strasburg. I'm pissed off at Patrick Corbin. This pitching rotation is awful. Let's get on the pitching, bro. This is the worst pitching rotation in the league. It just shows how important pitching is in baseball. Like, bro, I was having this debate with my friend and said, who's better, Bryce Harper or Juan Soto? And he said, Bryce Harper can lead a team, but Juan Soto can't. Are you kidding me? Juan Soto, I'm getting a little off topic, but Juan Soto won the World Series with the same team that Bryce Harper lost in the first round. Except for Anthony Rendon playing at MVP. Now, to be fair, Anthony Rendon was not as good as he was when he was playing with Bryce Harper, but he was still pretty good. And he had Trey Turner. He had Ryan Zimmerman. Ryan Zimmerman was an all-star at the time. He had Trey Turner. So he had 2 other all-stars on his team. Our pitching rotation was great. He had a good team around him. And we still lost in the first round. And Bryce Harper did not deliver many times. Juan Soto won a World Series. He had a clutch hit in the wild card game. Clutch in the 8th inning. 3-2, we're down. In Game 5 of the NLDS, Juan Soto hits a home run to tie the game. Don't tell me Juan Soto can't lead a fucking team. Do not tell me that. Do not tell me. We traded, he was talking about how we were bad last year with 4 All-Stars. But when we had 4, no, we were like one of the best teams. In June, we were like the hottest team in baseball with that roster because we didn't never mind. We had Kyle Schwarber to start the season. But what I'm trying to say is like, yes, we had 4 All-Stars, but we had them for like 2 months. And then we decided to blow it all up because they weren't going to extend it. You know, like, that happens. And Juan Soto hit .313 last year. What's he supposed to... People don't understand. Baseball is so much different from basketball and football. Juan Soto hit .313. Yes, he had a couple All-Stars on his team for like a month. And then we traded him, or for like 2 months. And we traded him. Okay, and we were one of the best teams in baseball in the month of June, but then we had a little bit of a bad July, and then we decided to trade everyone because Max Scherzer was getting old. Trey Turner wasn't going to sign an extension, so we traded them, and then we also decided to trade Kyle Schwarber because we just wanted to get rid of everyone and just build around Juan Soto. So that's what we did. So when we talk about Juan Soto can't lead a team, man, that's just crazy. The dude hit .313 last year and was top 3 in MVP. And you're like, oh, Bryce won MVP. Yeah, but no, I'm not taking anything away from Bryce Harper. He was great last year. He was great this year until he got. He's been great this year. He just got hurt. But you can't say like he put a team on his back. He's one hitter. Yes, he made an impact, but people understand if you hit .313 the whole year, if you hit over 300, you know how hard that is to do over the course of a season. There's nothing you can do about the rest of your teammates. In basketball, if you score 30 points but you shoot terribly, you can do something about that. It's totally different. But I just got upset. I just talked about a whole different thing for the last 3 minutes. That's my fault. But so this pitching rotation's awful. The Phillies absolutely swept. The Phillies are good, man. But they beat us 13-1. I'm embarrassed to be a fan. I'm trying to watch as many Padres games as I can because I want to watch Soto, man. I still love Juan Soto. I'm still gonna back him up. I'm still gonna say he's better than Bryce Harper. I'm still gonna defend him. It's not like how it was when Bryce Harper, left our team. Like when Bryce Harper left, I was pissed because I don't know. I just didn't feel like Bryce Harper still gave a lot to the city. You can't get it wrong. You can't be delusional. He gave this. He won an MVP. He won a home run derby. It's just he didn't really do anything to play. He never won the big games. He never was really that clutch. There were some times where he was, but I basically just ran about the Nats for 7 minutes and then went on and talked about something for 4 other minutes. But let's talk about the future of this team, man. So obviously the prospects. I didn't really in the Juan Soto trade video. I was so pissed that we traded Juan Soto. I didn't even care about the prospects. But the prospects they're not bad, but it's just like they're never gonna make up for Juan Soto. We're never gonna have a player like Juan Soto probably ever again. Maybe we will in like 20 years, but it's just so frustrating because you guys don't understand. A player of Juan Soto's caliber at 23 years old is so rare. Like you're not gonna see a player that good at that age for a while. Like the dude could be better than Mike Trout. If he is at his best in his prime, like once he reaches his prime in like a year, he can be better than Mike Trout. I'm trying to tell you guys. Juan Soto can be one of the greatest players ever if he lives up to everything. If he can live up to everything that he's supposed to be. If he's as great as he's supposed to be, he can be one of the greatest players ever. It's just like to trade away a player of that caliber. It's just getting 8 prospects back is not gonna nearly make up for it. Now Mike Rizzo and David Martinez. David Martinez is our manager. Mike Rizzo our GM. Mike Rizzo said, they rebuild and they're ready to build up and try to build another World Series contending team. I don't know. That's gonna take a while, man. I think it might be 10 years before it's gonna be at least another decade before we win a World Series again, in my opinion. I think we can make the playoffs in 3 to 4 years, but I'm expecting this to be a long rebuild. I am. We got some players that can, that are MLB talent. It's not gonna be the same. And even with Juan Soto, this team still isn't very good because if you have Juan Soto and no one else, they're not gonna be good. And so without a player, we don't have a player to build around now. Like in my opinion, the way to rebuild is to rebuild around someone so you're already kind of starting ahead. But now we don't. Now we're like doing a complete rebuild. Like what we should have done. But obviously we couldn't get Soto to extend. By the way, I heard that my friend told me that Nelson Cruz's friend was sitting next to him at a game. They apparently offered Juan Soto another contract before they traded him, but it didn't go public. But he apparently declined it, and so the Nets, they tried everything they can. I think they tried everything they could. I'm just still pissed at this team though. I just feel like they could have done better. But it is what it is, man. Getting a little long on this video. I didn't expect this video to go too long, but I kind of started getting off topic. But it is what it is. I'm excited for Commanders. Commanders preseason game is in 6 days against the Carolina Panthers. I can't wait. I'll be in Boston in about 3 to 4 days. I'm going to 2 Red Sox games. I cannot wait. But thank y'all for watching. Peace.